Hello friends, Rizorty here with a Crusader Kings 2 playthrough. This is my first time uploading CK2 to YouTube, though I've played about 200 hours of it in total over on Twitch thus far. I decided what we're going to do for our CK2 playthroughs on YouTube is to do one of the in-game achievements, accomplish the achievements, and then see what happens after that. The achievement we're doing for this playthrough is On English Neck a Norman Yoke, the one in which you take over England as William the Bastard, William the Conqueror, one of the French dukes, and hopefully we can achieve at 1066 start and have a fun playthrough. You'll notice that I have almost all the DLC installed other than the Sunset Invasion, a very common one not to use. I own all of these thanks to the generosity of Paradox and also a viewer in my Twitch channel named Mumbleplug, so thanks to both of them for that. I'm going to do single player straight away, brand new game. 1066 is the year in question. And William the Conqueror right there, though he's not the Conqueror yet. At this point, he's William the Duke, possibly going down in history as a conqueror, possibly down in history as just some guy. One more minor Duke who didn't quite pull off his ambitions. He's got a great backstory, though, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. William the Conqueror, a descendant of the Viking chief Rollo, became Duke of Normandy at a very young age. Situation compounded by the fact that he was also a bastard. Early on, he was being constantly used as a pawn by rival factions in the duchy, with a succession of his guardians being murdered. Once he reached adulthood, he faced years of warfare in order to take full control over his duchy, eventually emerging victorious. In 1066, he successfully invaded England to press a claim on the English throne. He spent the remainder of his reign consolidating and reforming his new kingdom in the face of sometimes fierce opposition. That last, or penultimate sentence there, in 1066, he successfully invaded. That is the question for us today. Is he actually going to succeed or fail? We shall see together. We're going to play on Iron Man. I have all of the normal rules in place for this playthrough, that we have modified just one, and that is that defensive packs are on. I understand why defensive packs are in the game. It's a way in which Paradox is trying to stop the player from blobbing out of control and winning way too easily, way too quickly. But I think it's an imperfect solution to that potential problem. It just slows down the game too much when every ruler in the entire world is willing to ally against you, even if you attack a single county next door. It's just not much fun to spend literally decades sitting and waiting for your threat to burn off, or to have to fight everyone in the world. So no defense packs for us, but I promise we won't blob out of control. Scout's Honor. Alright, brand new game. Overwriting old version list very well. And my plan with this playthrough is to upload videos every other day for a little bit here until they're all up. Of course, hopes there are many of them to upload. We'll see. We're playing not as an individual ruler, but indeed as a whole dynasty. Man, how heartbreaking if William himself does not become William the Conqueror. I think we need to make sure we win with just him. We're playing as a Norman Catholic Duke, Norman Catholic feudal. So we can raid, just like we are a Viking or something. We have a liege lord we'll learn in just a moment, and we are Catholic, so hopefully the Pope will be kindly to us, our attempt to siege some land for ourselves. We'll see. All right, so here we are. We see that our duchy is the nice green territory right here. The King of France holds quite a bit of territory at this point, and the King of France is, at this point, but a child, a mere whelp. We're nearly 40 years old, entering into middle age here. We have a lovely beard and a lovely wife, and a whole army of children. Actually, before we get to our liege, we should probably look into this bastard claim. So our father is whom? Duke Robert the Magnificent. I mean, the magnificent thing about him is that mustache. I think it's probably not the style these days, but briefly the hipsters tried to bring it back. So Duke Robert here has two children, one of whom is my half-sister, and one of whom is me, and he has no wife, because in death, marriage does not continue. But Duke Robert made us, and we are a very prodigious sort. We have many issue, 3 boys, 3 girls, all of them legitimate, because we don't step out on our wife, the Duchess Mathilda of Normandy. At this point, I should mention, I have literally no idea how to pronounce any of these names, so your corrections and comments are definitely welcome. I'm glad we're going to England, because I'm guessing up here I can get many of the names right. We'll see, though. We'll see. All right, our liege lord is a child, King Philip, or Philippe, possibly, of France. He's 14 years old. He's just a kiddo. I don't know how he ended up on the throne. His dear old dad, King Henri, died a natural death a little bit ago. But now he's running the show. Okay, so one fascinating thing about this playthrough, this start, is as you see, we are in the middle of a war already with King Harold II of England. King Harold II there controls all of this, and King Harold is currently in 2 wars, actually. One of them is the one that I've launched, as William here. They're attacking him and trying to take over his kingdom, but he's also currently at a war against another Harold. He's King Harold II, also King Harold of Norway. So the Norwegians are launching a war this way, we're launching a war that way, and gosh, we have a ton of troops. So King Harold has a personal army of round about 8,000. They got 4,000 more from his friends, his loyalists, and then a couple from the events also. We, as a minor duke, have 12,000 troops. How do we have so many? Okay, so 10,000 of them are event spawned. 10,000 of them were spawned just for this war itself. All right, that's fantastic. So looks like the King of England has a few more troops than we do. But I'm also kind of thinking that if it's the case that Norway's attacking England and we're attacking simultaneously, we should find some way to spy on the war. I don't know if Norway's already landed in England, if maybe Norway's marching through entirely. We just can't tell. We'll probably want to go do some reconnaissance in a moment. First things first, let's go ahead and ask our vassals to cooperate. Now, when I say ask in this case, they need to go ahead and contribute all of their soldiers to the war effort. I believe as a feudal person, it is an act of treason not to send troops when your liege lord requests them. And I just now, for the first time, glanced at the upper right-hand corner. We have almost 1,000 money, nearly as much money as the year it is. So I think we're going to go ahead and hire a mercenary band to help us out in our war. Also, a bunch of other small bits of business to handle. We'll do that while the armies are marching northern France. They'll speed up the game pretty soon. So our children need focus. They lack discipline. I'll go make our children good, proud warriors. And this one, I don't know, what are you? You're a gold star, you're an idolizer, and you're playful. You know what? You, my son, William the Normandy, named after me apparently. We're gonna make you a prayerful child. Make sure you eat your vegetables, etc. And then Cecilia here, you are willful and playful. Looks like you're pretty good at intrigue already. Let's raise our daughter to be a master intrigue person. All right, and then we need an ambition in life. Now, I'd like my ambition to become King of England. Hopefully, that is a possible ambition. To crown there, become exalted among men to get high prestige if you want to. Or become King of France. That's not the one I want. And I think if I become ambitious of becoming King of France, the current boy king might come seize my territory. Let's not do that. Let's just become a counselor. I'm guessing that the AI wants us to be involved. We have some fairly high stats in martial especially, so it's likely the case that the boy king will put us on the council before too long. We could do groom and heir, but we already have a son, actually 3 sons, the eldest of whom is 12, so nearly up to the age of majority, 16, but we don't need more babies right now. I know in CK2 you always need more babies. For now, they'll do Duke William II like a seat on the council of his liege. Fantastic. And also, I've just now noticed the English fleet is in the English Channel. Are they actually going to land troops against us? I thought this was an invasion. We'd have to go charging across the channel and causing a scene, but seems not to be the case. We want to focus. We're going to go ahead and do martial focus, declare a war, start a war, and see what we can do. I am going to be very, very surprised if the English actually land troops against us, but if they do, I'll be happy to propel them, but they're passing on through. I think at this point, because we know the English do have a navy, we should leave behind at least a few detachments of troops to hold the ground over here. I don't want to leave too many people behind, but enough that we'll be able to give the English a good fight. The HRE is involved in some war. I guess my liege lord, the French king, is currently at war also, and yeah, we've been dragged into a war. The Holy Roman French de jure war over Zealand. Hopefully we don't have to help with that at all. Hopefully this is out of our hair, ideally. All right, once again, the English fleet is there. We've got a message from our king. To the brave Duke William, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I would like to give you a seat on my council and therefore offer the title of Chancellor? Not to question your boy king's wisdom and mercy, because your wisdom and mercy are also legendary, but my diplomacy is trash tier. I guess I'm going to accept. I hope it's not a huge mistake, but I accept, my lord. We're going to go shake some hands, hopefully we make the king happy. With that one ambition already fulfilled, hopefully all of our aims go quite that well. I think we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves additional prestige. Let's try to become Exalt Momentum. This is 5,000 prestige. I don't know if taking over England would give us that much, but we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot and see. And I said earlier I wanted to raise some mercenaries and didn't actually do so. So we have so many mercenary companies here. The company of St. George. Isn't St. George the Dragon Slayer? Isn't the crown or the sigil of England a dragon? No, they're lions. All right, so we need to find St. George's lion slaying equivalent. I don't know who that is though. We don't want to spend too much money on this. 21 per month. So we're currently hemorrhaging. Actually, not that much. We're pulling in 2 per month right now. Let's go and get a smaller group to join us. These fine folks, the Sardinian band, only 11 per month. We have enough money to hold on to them for a while. We'll go and raise them, and I think I might leave. I'll bring them along with our king, and let's go ahead and cross the channel and see if we can figure out where on earth the Norwegians are and what on earth they're doing. We're seeing these fleets gaining and losing troops, so I'm curious if they are going to be landing on us or who knows what. All right. I'll gradually increase the speed in this playthrough, so I'll make sure I have my feet on the ground before we do so. All right, we got 3 commanders here. Tadaldo is our worst commander at an 18, but he's about the best we have of our current commanders. We could go hire some more, but I think we'll be okay. So let's load into the boats. We'll go and combine this army and give it 3 commanders also. You go along. Not the best commander, very good enough for holding down the home front. So, like I said, what I want to do is head up towards the Norwegian side, and yeah, I think I see that England is being occupied by the Norwegians. A message from our liege lord. To the great Duke William, peace be with you. We propose that Francois become the guardian and mentor of little William of Normandy, so he's been raised as a proper French Catholic. All right, that's my boy. That is my, I believe, 2nd son, maybe 3rd son. They want me to have someone I don't like much be his leader, his teacher, tell him the ways of the world. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to say no to my king. I hope he doesn't get very angry with me for that. All right, what do we see here? We see here an army of 4,000 Norwegian troops preparing to continue marching on and down. I am really curious if Norway's going to bring more troops over, and also, alert, we see the King of England's actually in my territory right now. The King of England is here and is going to attack the troops I left behind. Now, he is getting a water crossing penalty, but he has enough troops and probably enough military strength to win this battle pretty heartily. Now, if I can get my bigger army to land on top of his, it'd be lovely. But disembark, yes, we actually landed just in time, and we are winning this war. If we capture the King of England, it would be absolutely amazing. We've captured someone. That's not an emperor, unfortunately, or a king, unfortunately. It's Bishop O'Shea of Ramsbury. Was captured in battle, is now my prisoner. So that's also a 2nd bishop. We captured 3 bishops. Now they can only move diagonally. I think we knew the bishops could only move diagonally, and we caught them while they were moving along. Already 54% war score for that single attack. Didn't have to capture anything, just a huge victory there. Now, I kind of want to go ahead and cross the channel, but the King of England is still marching here in shattered retreat. I guess we're going to try to chase him down, and if we can get another battle with the King of England, that'd be lovely. and then we'll cross over afterwards. A few of our children lack focus. This is one of our sons again. He's already decent at martial. We'll go ahead and give him let's say give him further focus on martial, but he's timid, so he doesn't want to fight. What he wants to do is study the books, make him a good book learner. And a little child. Possibly they're going to land some additional troops on top of us, but each boat only carries 100 soldiers, and so it's not going to be too many. They escaped. The King of England is, as suspected, a big old coward. I'm wondering if he's actually baiting us into a battle we should not be taking, but I'm going to go ahead and take it, and we'll see what happens here. All right, all of our children need focus. Teach our young daughter to be good with money. This is in the era before computers, and so she can count. That's already pretty impressive. All right, I'm guessing the King of England is going to deal with the Norwegian front there. I'm going to go ahead and split my army in two in order to more quickly siege down all of these territories and just work away from Cornwall across the bottom. Taking the capital might be a very good idea. So I think actually after we siege down one of these, I'm going to have one of my two armies head immediately to the capital and take over London. And I wish the Norwegian king the best, but not too much luck. Because if Norway ends up becoming king of England, we're going to fight through him instead of fighting through the current king. All right, I notice we have no doctor right now. We'll go and recruit one of them. You've sent messengers and scouts out in all directions to scour the realm for skilled physicians who are willing to take up residence in your court. Word should reach you shortly if you manage to find a suitable candidate. Hopefully they will not bring back a quack salver. I mean, I want my wounds to be salved, but not my quacks. No ducks for me. All right, best of luck there. Is there anything else that we should do right away? Buy indulgence for my sins. I have no sins thus far. This is a legitimate war. We're fine there. I mean, there's probably other intrigue events that should be done at this point, but we'll be okay. We'll be fine. Oh yeah, I do have those bishops, though. I'm going to go ahead and sell all three of the bishops back to their lords, which will get us 75 money already. That is fantastic. Word, by the way, has reached us of a much beloved old woman named Sybil that resides in a nearby village. The old woman spends her day freely helping villagers with various medical matters, such as concocting herbal remedies and amputating infected limbs. She agrees to take up residence at my court. We donate a large sum of gold to the village. All right, what's a large sum of gold in 1067? It is 21 gold. We're not going to tell Sybil. That's a mere pittance for us, the Duke. We'll exchange that. Appreciate that. She's a 21 learning. She is quick, and some other things do not matter. All that matters is that she has very good learning, so let's get doctoring. Thanks. All right, the first siege is successful here. No great surprise. We see that Norway is still taking over some territory there. After the army enters Tintagel, hope that's how it's said, any sense of discipline is lost. The men start to rob, burn, and pillage. Now, as much as I want my soldiers to enjoy their freedom and to make the English look mighty silly, it's more important that we maintain discipline. So I will stop this immediately and hang the culprits. Hopefully we can get our troops back under control, and they will die, a few of them, but we will not end up with low morale or low opinion. Good luck. All right, we got a successful outcome there. That's very good. Very good indeed. And I'm just now realizing, what should I be doing on the council? I don't know. I'm on the Council of France. I feel like I should do something. I don't know what. So maybe we won't do anything on that right now. All right, we sieged this one down. I'm going to go ahead and head for the capital now and see if the King of England shows up. All right, second siege there. Once we're done with this siege, I'm going to send the Devonese troop over to Cornwall and try to take it down. Though, if we end up seeing a large army of either Norway or of England, we will most likely shift north to fight them. We'll see how it goes. Young Emma, one of our, the Princess of France, I guess we're her teacher, seemed to think a lot about justice, fairness, and righting the wrongs of the world. A natural philosopher, she. She could learn about temperance, or I could leave her alone and she become just. I mean, I'm the teacher. I believe in justice. It is just that I'm King of England, so I'll resist the temptation to intervene and let her do what she's got to do. All right, still no English armies, a little bit surprised. We're heading straight to Middlesex here, and I suspect that the King of England is just distracted by the Norwegian front. He got a darn good thwacking down in France, and he's now afraid of us. Or it's a story I'm going to tell myself, and We're also noticing that our liege is fighting a battle against the HRE, and I hope they do well, and we still have a French kingdom to come home to at the end of this ongoing war. Alright, yeah, we're seeing lots and lots of English troops being sent to the south. I'm curious what the war score for Norway is, because we might actually be in a race against them to claim all of England for ourselves. We're at 67%, so I think we're doing okay, but not already 78%. Yeah, I think we're gonna win this war. I think it's gonna go pretty well, but I worry that Norway might be a thorn in our side as we continue on. Offense or defense, though, that is the true question. Now, our king is on the battlefield. He is currently leading the troops from a center. So, does he have any current military skills? Well, he's a holy warrior. He does well against non-Catholics. Now, unfortunately, at this point in history, the King of England is Catholic, so not going so hot there. What else can we do? A spirited charge breaks any line, become aggressive. That will give us more pursuit, more damage, but less defense. Dead men do not fight another day. Become more defensive, do less damage. Solid rock breaks the best steel. My men will be that rock. With that, we get straight bonus. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get more morale defense and more straight up defense. Didn't get any better offense or pursuit, but that's okay. For right now, only the benefits make me happy. Alright, so I am having our child here. This is the problem with having too many kids. They all demand your attention. Daddy, buy me a puppy. Papa, tell me what to do with my life. Alright, a message from the King of France, no longer a boy king, now a proud 16-year-old, says, I've decided to institute the title revocation allowed law. All that's needed is support of yourself and my other loyal vassals. So title revocation, I believe, will allow the King of France to take titles from various vassals. I mean, as it says on the tin. I don't know if he can do it for literally any reason, or if it's only because of religious purposes. Let's see, wrote titles. Yeah, it's actually full authority, so he can take titles for basically any reason whatsoever, though I think he gets an opinion hit if he does it tyrannically. I'm curious who the other counselors are. Now, as a true counselor, I want to hold on to as much council power as possible and decline this, but I want to make him happy with me. He wouldn't dare revoke my title, would he? I approve. I approve. Alright. 93% war score. The lords all approve the King of France's demands. Hopefully he's not going to use them against us. 93 war score. Alright, hopefully with one siege here. 98. Alright, I think if we take one more holding here... Wait, just up to 43. Oh no! Oh no! So, Harold, King of Norway, successfully took the Kingdom of England for himself. Now, we need to deal with the King of Norway to become King of England. Happily, our war just transferred on over. It is still the Norman conquest. Just have to go through one additional ruler to pull it off, and that's just fine. Real quick, though, a message from some chaplain. Duke William II, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. Please support me by voting me in the council. If you agree to do this for me, I will henceforth owe you a favor. Now, we just had a law go through, so I'm curious what kind of shenanigans he's trying to do, because there's a 10-year timer on additional laws. I'll go and accept, and I'll take that favor in our favor there, and not quite sure how to use it. I am deeply curious, deeply curious how large of an army the King of Norway has. And I'm kind of thinking I should blob up my troops. All right, here we go. So the King of Norway has brought his troops in a big way. There are a lot of them. This is potentially not going to go well. Let's go ahead and slow down the game one tick. I don't want to say that we're going to get repelled here, but I'm worrying we might get repelled here. I wonder if my vassals raised armies. My vassals raised armies actually has not, or have not, been carried over into this next war. Or actually many of them have. We have 60 troops like that, that's not so many. Alright, real quick, Master Duke William II, I am Prince Bishop Ravenger, what a name, man. Chancellor of Duke Rambaldo. Your skill as a Chancellor on the Council of King Philippe is known far and wide. I implore you to advise me in matters of politics, but I may serve my liege as admirably as you serve yours. All right, this is a bishop down in Italy, I believe. Yeah, the northern section of roughly Italy or so. Wants to learn to be a better diplomat. Now, if we help him, he'll like us more, I believe. Past that, I'm not quite sure. But you know what? All for the Catholic faith. I will assist you in becoming a better diplomat, though my diplomacy skills only a 10 and yours a 9. Sure, I'll help. Sure, I'll help. All right, we're going to win this battle, and I think we saw a large Norman army waiting just behind. They unsieged London so quickly there. To the great holy warrior William, know that I will never forget what you did for me. Please do not hesitate to ask for anything I can do for you, and know I will treat you like a dearest of friends. Got another favor. Favors all around the world. I love it. Okay, one thing I'm curious about right now is we still have a huge pile of cash, but we are hemorrhaging money. It might be good to go ahead and raise additional mercenary armies. So I joked about the Company of St. George earlier. I think we're going to go ahead and hire them, which is going to make us burn through our money very, very quickly. But I think if we don't do this, we might have some problems with beating Norway at all. So we're going to hire them and see if we can hold on for the 3 or 4 months we're going to have the troops, or maybe this will be a very quick bankruptcy playthrough. Speaking of bankruptcy, our incompetent stewards led a group of smugglers into the county of Rouen. Apparently thought they were merchants. What a fool! Oh, you fool! Shameful, shameful him. Yeah, so Norway's army has showed up in a big way. I'm going to go ahead and disengage towards Cornwall. And part of them actually are shattered retreating. There's also a large band of them that are just hanging out there right now. Alright, we're going to bring our boats back here and load up right away. Bring those troops together. You all load in. I hope this combined army is large enough to deal with the Norwegian one, though they are, as you see, quite large. I think that was a good retreat, and we're about to have an exciting battle. Alright, so we are more than they are. We'll go ahead and bring these two armies together, and we get a penalty for attacking them. They get a Hills benefit. We have more. It's all going to come down to this right here. Good luck, everybody. We're on the top, they're on the bottom. Their king is on the battlefield. Numbers are looking so far so good. Our morale is holding solid. And I think we are going to win this. If we capture the King of Norway, would be amazing. If we don't, we got some problems. Also, I'm noticing that the Kaiser of the HRE is currently imprisoned in the Duke of Flanders, prison. Bizarre. There we go. Good job. Go team. We got a mayor. We got a random man. No king, unfortunately, but that was a pretty good war all the way through. We'll go ahead and sell these prisoners. And I'm curious how protracted this battle is going to be. I can't hire that many more mercenaries. We're going to run out of money fairly quickly here. I'm not sure I know a clever way of boosting the war score quickly other than just grinding our way forward. Yeah, we don't have enough money to do anything else. We are losing 30 money per month. We could go ahead and borrow some money from Jewish merchants. Another 300 cash from them. We'll pay them back real soon, I swear. Makes all our Catholic priest friends unhappy. But we'll see what happens here. So, the king has made a new duchy. Hope he enjoys being a duke. I see the Norwegian boats are going around, floating near us. Not sure what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and just make a mad dash for their capital. But unfortunately, their capital's way up here now, and I don't really want to do that. I just want to seize more and more English territory. And additional children need our assistance here. Little girl, what do you want to be when you grow up? You're interested in being a true fighter or spy master? We'll make a spy master there. It looks like the Norwegians are using single boats to scout. All right, we have 92% war score. I'm thinking about looking at the 100 we need. There we go. All right, Norway's army is actually going to my capital. We'll finish this siege real quick and just now finished. That's great. Load into our boats. If we can repel them from our capital, I think it'll end the war. We're at 96% war score. And we'll be able to become King of England as has been foretold. Now, I'll make sure I land this correctly. We'll land in the county next door and then walk into our capital, which will ensure that we do not get the penalty for river crossing or landing directly onto them. But here comes the war to end all wars. By the way, King of France sent a message asking that we get visit him for festivities ahead of his coronation. You know what? I'll be there, calling myself the King of England. Won't you be impressed by that? This war is not going exactly swimmingly. Our morale is going down a bit, but I suspect we'll win. We'll see. There, Pope Alexander II goes again, scolding King Philippe's guests with another sermon. It's been days now since I've had to put up with endless moralizing. I really cannot take any more of it. I'll shut him up this time. Does this mean we'll attack the Pope? I mean, I know we're a conqueror, but conquering the Pope in a fistfight is not a very bad idea. I'll accept his sermonizing. I don't want the Pope to hate me. That seems like a bad way to be as a Catholic. Roleplay, go. Our morale is dropping, their morale is dropping, and I give you a victory. I give you a 100% war score. I give you, let's get us war right now, please and thanks. I offer peace. I enforce my demands, and just like that, King William the Conqueror has usurped the title King of England from King Harold. I don't know how to say that. Hard raid. Definitely wrong. Feel free to correct me on that one. The age suffix means has sugar in it. He's a sweet guy after all. Alright. Good work. We won. We are now the King of England. And we achieved, as you see in the bottom right corner, we achieved on English neck a Norman yoke. Good job. We've arrived at the coronation of King Philippe as the King of England. As the yells of the commanders drilling troops echo in the tent, Pope Alexander II's envoy gives Philippe a quick blessing and summarily places the crown upon his head, proclaiming him King of France by the grace of God. Hopefully we are also proclaimed King of England by that same God. Surely, long live the King, but hopefully the King will leave us alone. You'll see that we have gone over our main sides. We have uncrowned ruler. We have so much work to do, as we now need to consolidate the power we've established thus far. We're going to make a cut here. That's the end of our first bit of this playthrough. Successful episode 1. We'll go ahead and see you again real soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.